Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Who is it?
Federal marshals, and we have a warrant for your arrest.
Holy shit, they found me. I need to get out of here.
Welcome to the Iconoclastic Wrestling Podcast. And here's your hosts, Iconoclast and Dictato.
Welcome to the Iconoclastic Wrestling Podcast. I'm Iconoclast.
And I'm your host, Dictato.
And let's talk about some shitty wrestling. All wrestling is shitty.
Why? God, that was not the way you said it before we got on the air.
Well, anyway, as we were just talking about, what were you saying about Necro Butcher?
Oh, Necro Butcher? Wait a minute. What did you say to me about the greatest match of... Go back to that.
I found this YouTube channel. This guy does like tales from the internet. It's like different legends, usually very disgusting stuff.
Oh, like that site I had where I put all that shit on there?
No, but it's not about wrestling. It's just disgusting stuff in general. But one of his videos, because he does do some wrestling videos, I didn't watch it, it was called The Greatest Match of All, Pro Wrestling Match of All Time. Samoa Joe versus Necro Butcher.
I remember them facing each other probably through IWA Mid-South and CZW, because they all went through. All those guys passed through there, including the plumber.
God, you fucking hate him.
I do. I told you before the air. I don't hate Nick Gage as much as I hate Jon Moxley, because Jon Moxley is like you're going out as Nick Cage for Halloween, but taller. Nick Cage is like 5'6". He's like a troll.
Hey, I'm like 5'9".
Yeah, that's like normal at least. That's above average height. 5'9", 5'10" for a dude. That's average height. So
it's like, who's one of the other guys? Sick Nick Mondo?
Yeah, he didn't last very long. And if you look up any of his, I used to like him because he came out to Papa Roach. Oh, it was so good. But he would come out with the light tubes. I never understood the light tubes from fucking Jump Street. I never understood it. Because they don't really hurt. It's all a psych gag. Guy I at work did it. Like the guys in 40-Year-Old Virgin when they're out back breaking the light tubes over each other. It just leaves it's a potassium powder. It just leaves it on you.
Yeah, but that can be deadly.
Yeah, what? If you're...
Well,
if you got high blood pressure, it'd be great. I mean, it'll bring it down.
No, but potassium powder, like pure potassium metal, is very dangerous.
Really? Well, I've been saying, it goes right into a dust. It doesn't even hurt.
It's ultra flammable.
Ah, well, yeah, that happened. Hey, back in 1999 when Star Wars came back out, The Phantom Menace. First thing I heard is some unattended children fucking up. They took fluorescent light tubes, filled them up with kerosene, and then lit them on fire to have a lightsaber.
Did you go see Phantom Menace in theaters?
Yeah, I saw it at midnight. I used to always go see them at midnight. I would see that. I saw that one. Attack of the Clowns. What was that one called? Yeah. Attack of the Clowns, which... I must have watched that movie 1,000 times on a bootleg I had. I hate Sand. Yeah, episode 2. I hate Sand.
And then Revenge of the Sith, which everyone...
And then he goes over to her, and he's looking at her, and he touches her hand, and he's looking at her tits. If you look at the picture, he's looking. Arnold Lawrence does it the best, because he draws a straight line from the eyes to the titties, right there. So, yeah, and it's just so... He's such a creepy dude in that movie.
That's not Hayden Christensen's fault.
Oh, it has nothing to do with his acting style?
George Lucas just can't write dialogue.
He's like as smooth as Rodney Alcala, the dating game killer.
I want to talk about I'm going to start with this.
Wait. Hold on. Before we start with any real wrestling, we got to get the elephant in the room. We got to get it out of the way. It's what everybody's talking about.
Oh, what, the Vince thing?
The Vince McMahon sex scandal. Yes, folks. It's back. If you couldn't tell by the intro,
It's been a couple months.
Yeah, we needed something. So anyway, I thought I was seeing shit the other night. I watched that Lee Cole, the third guy, the Wrestling with the Devil, who's very big with the whole law part of it because he used to do a mob podcast too, with like real mobsters on it. Stop snoring. But anyway, the federal government, the Department of Justice from the Southern District of New York, has asked Janelle Grant to pause her lawsuit, and she said she would comply. Because the only time they do this...
They're watching the Run investigation.
Is if, yeah, but they've been investigating him for over a year. They've had his phone. I'm going to say they only do this if they're like 95% sure of a conviction. You may get your wish and see that old man die in prison. WWE, who decided to go, like, they're in the suit with him because she's suing the company and they're backing him.
Yeah,
You're going to see them pull away from him in the weeks coming.
Haven't they already tried doing that?
Yeah, but I mean, he sold all his stock, but they're named in the suit because it happened at the headquarters, a lot of the shit. So,
and she's also saying that, which is, most likely true from everything we've seen, that the company knew about it and didn't do anything.
And how about that comment he said about the other parts of the text messages that you don't see?
What?
Like, he's saying there's other things where she's willing and she's talking even worse than he is in there. But he goes, oh, I don't have those anymore. I deleted them. But they have his phone. They will find him. Trust me. There are ways. They will find him. They're never gone. So
I know you talked about this on
no, not about that. There's other things I can't talk about on here that I've done in the past. But who do you think? And most likely someone has flipped. Who do you think could have flipped?
Who?
I don't know. Like,
who else has been arrested? I don't know who
Brock.
else. Brock doesn't want any part of anything.
But suppose he flipped and he's just going to... I mean,
to,
all he's guilty of, supposedly, which I still think it'd be funny since it's an unnamed UFC fighter, if they didn't say heavyweight, it would bring such another dimension to this, a whole nother layer to the cake if it was Ronda Rousey instead of Brock Lesnar.
No, did Riddle wrestle? Riddle didn't fight in UFC.
I don't know. He was an MMA fighter, but I don't know if he fought in UFC. I think he did.
Bobby Lashley was in Bellator.
Yeah, but he's not a heavyweight, Matt Riddle. He's like...
No, I know, but...
Well, he might be.
Ronda Rousey wasn't a heavyweight either.
I know. That's what I mean. Like, if they didn't say heavyweight in there, I could do skits on this whole thing. And have Ronda Rousey and Vince looking at... I could edit something and have Ronda Rousey and Vince looking at his videos together. Like, while we're talking. That'd be so funny.
Yeah.
But... I'm wondering if Brock flipped. I'm wondering if Hunter's flipping. I don't know. I mean, because Hunter and Stephanie were named into one thing that said they were corporate.
Well, they probably knew about it.
Well, I'm sure Steph knows what a piece of shit her dad is.
Obviously, he's been doing this stuff for decades.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see how deep it goes. I mean, like, Hogan used to live near him in Greenwich years ago in Connecticut. God only knows.
Brock just wants to go back to his ranch and fuck some sheep. I mean,
you just want to be a big sheep. Laurinaitis, getting to that fucking pasty face ginger fuck. Remember he said he was a victim in the beginning.
Yeah, he said that Vince.
And then he said, "I'm going to side with Vince."
Yeah,
because he probably went to the feds to rat Vince out to get immunity. They were like, "No, you're going to jail anyway.
We don't need your help."
Toddle off. Yeah. So that's why he's going to side with Vince, because now he has to try to beat him. And I'm sorry. I think Ari Emanuel and TKO had to know about this.
Yeah.
With the investigation into it. I mean, how can you do this? How can you do this?
Well, again, if it was going on in WWE headquarters, I mean, don't they have security cameras in there? I mean, I'm sure they're not in every room, but... Like, don't they have surveillance all over that place? Or?
No, I don't know. When he was running it, I mean, it was a publicly traded company, but he still ran it like he did in the 80s, I imagine. You know? But I got some other notes here or anything. What about, do you think anybody knew, a couple days before the indictment, remember when they welcomed The Rock to the board? They have the picture where they're all at the New York Stock Exchange?
That was after?
No, it was like 2 days before.
The suit?
Yeah, it was.
No, that was after the stat. That had to have been after.
No, because Vince is in the picture. He wouldn't be there after it came out. No way.
Oh, good point.
But he's there. The Rock's there, And, Vince is there with that mustache looking like a fucking silent movie villain tying a woman to the railroad tracks. With the fucking shitty piano music in the background. God, where am I going to find shitty piano music for that? But, yeah, he was there. And then that happens. Do you think they knew that was coming? Because a lot of times they tell you that's coming. Like, you get, like, advance notice. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Missy Hyatt, you know who she is, right? She was back in the 80s.
I've heard that
She was
name.
an interview. She was one of the first like divas or anything. She had a tryout with the WWF back in like 87. And Vince apparently, she said, came into her room and like tried to have sex with her. And she was like, no. And then next thing you know, she was like demoted to being one of the ring girls. And she just went
What's
back
the
to
thing
the
you
UWF.
have in here about her dating JR?
Oh my God. Wait till I get to that. All right, you know what? I'll just say it right now. She, apparently I was listening to, a podcast the other day. I forget who it was, but they were talking about Missy Hyatt after JR's wife died, because they go way back to like Mid-South and UWF. I guess they got together and she cheered old JR up there.
Oh,
You get where I'm going with this?
yeah,
Okay.
whatever. I really don't care about
Yeah,
JR.
but I'm saying,
I don't want to
I
hear
mean,
about...
like, she's gross looking in the face now from all plastic surgery, but she was once really, really hot. I mean,
I don't want to hear about
good
JR.
for Jim.
I don't want to hear about JR's sex life.
I'm just giving him an attaboy for Christ's sake.
All right.
Hold on. I got a couple more things. Possibly we could see a brand change, like a name change out of this, because it could be so damning to have anything to do with Vince McMahon.
What, they're going to change it from...
No, this is just things I wrote down. But pausing the case definitely means an indictment is coming.
We're going to go back to World Wrestling Federation?
Oh, that'd be great. And Janelle Grant, since she's pausing the suit, anything that comes up in this suit by anybody, any witnesses, anything, it's all fair game for her. She can use it.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense for her to pause it. Why wouldn't you? It's like getting a gift. And I wonder where Jerry McDevitt, the main lawyer for all those years, fits into this.
All right. Is
that would be it for that. But
all right. Let's talk about some actual wrestling now.
Where are we doing first? We go into the news?
No, I wanted to talk about MLW Battle Riot because there were some funny fucking people in this.
Do I have any notes about that? I have some of the people that were there. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and talk about it.
Okay, here were the 40 entrants. Mystico. Jimmy Yang.
Jimmy Wang Yang, the
Yes.
hillbilly Japanese guy.
Who was Kenny Omega's tag team partner at one
Oh,
point.
you know what? Stop it.
Star Jr., Rugito, Jesus Rodriguez, Shigeo Okumura.
Okay. You do and you'll clean it up.
Ikuru Kwon, Akira, Tom Lawler, Josh Bishop.
I know Tom Lawler's from New Japan, right?
Yeah, Bobby Fish, Bad Dude Tito, Adam Priest, Paul Walter Howard.
Adam Priest. Why does that sound
I
familiar?
don't know. He doesn't have a Wikipedia link here. Paul Walter Hauser, the actor,
Oh, yeah.
who's also made appearance, who's a Golden Globe award-winning
Stingray
actor.
from Cobra Kai.
Yeah, who's also, let's see, what has he been in
He's the
here?
guy that puts Terry Silver in jail.
Black
Yeah.
Klansman, Cruella, Late Night, The
He's
Five
in Black
Bloods,
Klansman. Good movie, by the way. Good
Richard
movie.
Jewell. He's got a Golden Globe award because I remember him showing up in AEW and he hit someone with it. Like it was a weapon. And Slim J, Mads Kruger,
I know who that is.
Mr. Thomas, Minoru Suzuki, because he'll show up anywhere.
That's what I was going to say. He'll go anywhere. He's like, you give me $20. I slap people.
That's not how Japan.
Well, I know. I sounded like an Italian waiter. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Brett Ryan Gosling, C.W. Anderson.
Ooh. From the Dangerous Alliance from ECW.
God, how
He's
old
the
was
total.
he?
Yeah, he's old as fuck, but he's not as old as. But they made him like he was an Anderson brother, and he did the Spy Buster, just
Like from Arn? And
like Arn, Ole, those guys. Yeah.
Scotty Riggs, American males,
American males.
American
Take it.
males, American males,
Take it away.
American males, American males, American males. If you see them coming, better run for cover. Girls, you don't need a weekend lover.
All right. I can't take it anymore.
American males.
Oh God! I watched them, and I did not know the fucking words to that. That's almost as bad as Strike Force's music.
What's Strike Force?
Girls in Cars. Look it up when we're off the air. I mean, it's like they were the biggest.
Who was in Strike Force?
Rick Martel and Tito Santana.
When was this? The 90s?
No, 87.
I was going to say, in the 90s.
They had them. I just found it on YouTube the other day. I watched them beat the Hart Foundation for the World Tag Team titles on, like, Superstars or something.
Okay, back to this. Jake Christ.
Is it tight?
Violent J from the Insane Clown Posse.
Ugh.
I know you love the Insane Clown Posse.
Ugh.
Chris Danger.
Ooh.
Ernest the Cat Miller.
I'm the greatest.
Who I mainly know from my watchings of WCW 2000.
He was around for a while before that, though.
No, but he was mainly...
He was always a loser. He was always a loser.
Yeah. 1 second here. Someone's calling me. I have to... There we go.
Probably somebody from the wrestling business telling us how bad the show is.
But the main thing I remember him for is I remember finding this compilation. I don't know if I showed it to you. It's called Wrestling Clips Out of Context.
Yes.
And it's basically promos that all sound very homoerotic.
I'm going to jerk a knot in your ass with Billy Gunn. Yeah.
Or great. Or we got...
It's like Mike Tyson. Bitch, I'm going to fuck you till you love me.
Wait, did he say that?
He said that to Lennox Lewis. Like, I'm going to eat your children. Praise me to Allah, motherfucker.
And then, no, but there's something that Ernest the Cat Miller says where he goes,
I'm the greatest.
And he goes, Chris Canyon, I'm going to get when I get my hands on you, I'm going to eat your ass like a pot of greens, baby.
I know, that might have been the worst one of the whole video.
No, there's one
with the LFL that they did on Stern that was really funny.
No, but there's one that they, with Hulk Hogan, where he's, listen, I'm going to get off by cranking your knob just a little bit beyond the breaking point, brother.
Chris Collinsworth on Sunday Night Football said last year about Lane Johnson on the Eagles. He flattened some guy. And he was like, you got 365 pounds of Lane Johnson coming right down your throat. And I was like, what? I had to rewind it.
Okay, one called Manders. Sammy Callahan, one of your favorites.
Oh, he's a fucking asswipe.
The Masked Assassin, who was
anybody.
Who was Tom Lawler back in under a mask.
What, after he got eliminated?
Yes, he came back in under a mask.
That's pretty smart. That's the Royal Rumble 97 Dude Love Cactus Jack Mankind thing.
That must have been hilarious watching it.
It was done tastefully.
Alex Kane.
No idea.
Matthew Justice.
No idea, but it's a horrible name. What's he, a fucking sheriff? Wild West sheriff?
MLW, former one-time World Tag Team Champion. Andrew Everett. Kim Chi. Oh, I forgot to say.
Chi? Kamala's manager?
I guess. Matt Riddle, who ended up being the winner.
Of course he did, because he's the only name anybody would like halfway respect out of this entire list so far.
Timothy Thatcher.
Who's he, Timothy Thatcher?
I've heard of him before. He's in Pro Wrestling Noah.
Yeah, I know that name.
He was on the NXT brand.
Yeah. Probably not under that name. He's probably Skippy Meinheimer, certified public accountant.
Dr. Cornwallis.
I heard of him, too.
Suge D.
Because that's right.
Ricky Shane Page.
No idea.
Shane Mercer.
No idea.
Arachnaman, who was once again Tom Lawler under a mask.
That was Brad Armstrong back in the day at WCW. Purple and yellow Spider-Man.
And number 40, Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Finally. There's like two good guys in there.
And of course, the current... Oh, yeah, also Mark Henry and Teddy Long were there.
Yeah, I had that in my notes.
I also wanted to say as well that the current MLW World Champion is one of the toughest old men in the world, Satoshi Kojima, who I saw wrestle last year at Forbidden Door. And, I mean, he could wrestle better than Tanahashi.
Oh, Christ. Hopefully he's not on the card this year, unless he's in a tag team match with Tony Khan.
Well, God, why do you hate Tony Khan?
Oh, because he needs to get off the TV.
Yeah,
he's like your generation's Herb Abrams.
Herb Abrams, UWF,
Cocaine's and cowboy boots. They found him in a hotel, buck naked, covered in Vaseline with just cowboy boots and a cowboy hat on.
Why was he? I'm guessing he was having sex with somebody.
Who the hell knows? All I know is I remember he said Meltzer always talked about it. He said at the press conference that he signed Bruiser Brody, and it was 1991. Brody had been killed 3 years prior.
Well, Bruiser.
Did you watch last week's episode? I didn't realize
Brody got killed 3 years.
Meltzer, come back to me. Clean the office and come back to me.
What?
Did you watch last week's episode?
No.
Oh my God, we shit on Meltzer. Like I didn't realize how much we, I'm doing it right now. Fucking potato face. But we shit right all over. I even put a description. I was like, we got all the news in the squared circle, and we shit on Meltzer this entire episode.
God, everyone hates Meltzer.
How could you not? He's fucking full of shit. His Twitter is the most like. If I knew where he lived, I would. Oh my God!
I'm guessing it's up in New York or Connecticut.
I saw him. I was watching the Phil Donahue show from 1992 about the Ring Boy scandal.
He's on there.
Oh my God, with a fucking mullet, the most beautiful mullet, like total business in the front, party in the back. There's no comparison. Any mullet. I'm talking David Coverdale from Whitesnake. Holds no candle
Dave Meltzer,
to Rutabaga face.
What'd you say this was? Donahue?
Yeah, just try Meltzer Donahue 1993. Or just put the Meltzer mullet. I mean, really.
Dave Meltzer mullet. Holy fucking shit!
Told you.
He looks like one of the Steiners.
Yeah, just without, any of the talent. He doesn't have talent for writing or,
He looks like Scott Steiner in 1990.
Now he just looks like a nose with hair.
We want to dedicate this win to our good soldiers fighting bravely in Kuwait. You know what that's from?
Starcade
90 Tag Team Tournament of the Universe.
Ugh.
Comes up. One of the three things we have.
I had that at WrestleMania 2 on the same VHS.
Of course you do. Two terrible shows.
Yeah, I think they're on I have them like that too. But you don't understand, when we had the tapes and everything, WrestleMania 2 was the second one on the tape, so I almost never watched it. I would fall asleep.
Everyone agrees that it's like the worst one.
Nah, there's plenty more worse than 2.
Or it's one of the worst.
It's not as good as 1 or 3. Out of the first 3, it's the worst one.
It's one of the worst. The fact that it's in 3 different cities was an interesting idea, but
TNA cuts multiple creative staff, no schedule listed past summer. What do you think about that?
I don't know.
I know you'll shed a fucking tear for them if they're not around.
That's like, what am I going to have to laugh at?
I know.
I guess I'm just going to have to keep watching WCW 2000 like I'm doing right now.
Well, you won't be disappointed if you're looking for more of the same.
Speaking of, I want to tell you what I was seeing in that.
Oh.
I got to see Crowbar and Daphne have a thumb war.
She just killed herself not long ago.
I know.
Yeah.
Very tragically. Because she did some crazy shit that no other woman did back then.
Yeah.
Or for years. She was a good wrestler. Where I saw her and Crowbar have a thumb war over the Cruiserweight Championship. I saw Ralphus and Norman Smiley.
Ralphus was still around?
Yeah.
After Jericho left?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, because I didn't care.
He was hardcore champion a few times.
Jericho told a story.
I know. I know. Is this the thing about Ralphus banging a rat?
Yeah, but he says on the Inside the Ropes thing, he goes, a rat is like, a groupie, and you can imagine what the rat that Ralphus looked like.
You just remind me of something I got to say about Jericho after I tell you about this WCW 2000 thing. So, Ralphus and Norman Smiley are cleaning everyone's cars as they pull up. And eventually they get jumped by somebody and the Misfits in Action come in to help them. And
who were they again? Wait a minute. General Rexel.
Hugh Morris.
Booker T, right? He was G.I. Bro.
God, so racist.
I was even more racist back in 1981 or 91 when he came out in Global with that.
There was also the Major Guns, who they made kiss Ralphus.
General E. Rexel. U.G. Rexel. That was his name. And
that's Russo. That's Russo for you. And then there was a whole thing where Russo was...
Yeah, you can't run a major promotion on dick and fart jokes alone. Trust me. Or I would be a fucking millionaire.
Was carrying the belt around because they were having a funeral for Ric Flair's career. And they did something with the casket where they had a casket in the ring where they put like a giant nose in it. And then... but then they had Kevin Nash come out, but you could see that the casket had no bottom and he was just coming out at the bottom of the ring. that you could tell he was just coming out from under the ring.
Yeah, well, they cut the budget. Really late WCW, they didn't have name graphics anymore. They wore "Hello, my name is" tags. And there would be. This is like the week before they went under.
Also,
there was no fireworks. They would walk out holding sparklers.
Also,
they made Hogan tape his shirts back together when he would rip them. No, I'm just kidding about it.
Also, Hogan, when he comes out in the black bandana and the black jean jacket, he looks so fat. He has no definition. He actually looks to be in better shape now than he was in 2000.
No, he's a saggy.
Yes. But then there's...
He's like an old lady's vagina.
Oh, yeah. And then
he's hanging everywhere.
David Flair was out there with Russo. And then Reed Flair, 10 years old, was out there. Rest in peace. Yeah. Was trying to tell David to come home. And then he beat up David.
Wow. See? This is why I didn't watch it.
So now back to what I wanted to say about Jericho. So on Wednesday night, Dynamite, we had the first ever presentation of TV Time with Chris Jericho. Where I am the learning tree! Where Big Bill the Redwood came out and introduced him. And then we had the For the World champion come out and introduce the next. He said that, everyone in the crowd is a leaf. We're all his leaves.
That's all I have to say to that.
And then they brought out the next, I guess you could say, branch of the learning tree, Bounty Hunter Brian Keith, who has been rechristened as the Bad Apple, because the Bad Apple does not fall far from the learning tree.
Hey, where are the white women at?
There's a racist undertone to that, I'm sure. They should have renamed him Sheriff Bart.
What Sheriff?
Blazing Saddles, the Black Cowboy.
God,
it's tailor-made for him. Or name him like Clavon Small or something instead of Clavon Little.
The Bounty Hunter Brian Keith.
Anyway,
and he's yet to claim any bounties.
Yeah, because he's not very good at it. He's Bass Reeves. He's not. Gable Stevenson.
Bass Reeves wasn't a bounty hunter. He was a sheriff.
Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. It's a Black Cowboy. Doesn't exist outside of Blazing Saddles, Bass Reeves, and the guy who used to ride his horse around about 10 minutes from here.
Wait, what? Never mind.
Anyway, yeah, I could do a whole podcast on weird people in South, where we are. Gable Stevenson signs with the Buffalo Bills, which is kind of big news.
Nobody cares. Seriously, fuck Gable Stevenson. Everyone hates him.
And then just a funny note, Ric Flair said he called Vince McMahon on the spot to stop Kurt Angle from going to WCW.
When was this?
I don't know. It was a story, I guess, probably in 99 or something when he started.
Do you think if he went over there, it would have made a difference?
Probably no. Not. It's like MJF, as cool as that was, him coming back. I don't know, because they didn't put him on TV yet. He was just a Dynamite, which is good. But I don't know if it's going to do a whole lot. We'll see. We will see.
I want to talk about this article next. 10 match predictions for Forbidden Door. Because we only have 2 matches confirmed right now. We have a bunch of others speculated. We got the 2 matches confirmed are Swerve and Will Ospreay, which I know you think the title's too early to put on Ospreay.
Absolutely. And
then we got the TNT Championship ladder match, because Adam Copeland broke his tibia. We have to crown a new champion, because originally the Elite, the Bucks, wanted to gift the championship to Jack Perry, and then Christopher Daniels came out with his veto power and said, no, we're going to have a ladder match for it.
Yeah, Chris Daniels. He looks like they ordered Adam Pearce on Wish.
Why? Why do you say that?
Because he just looks like a smaller, emaciated version of him. He does not look well.
He's still a great wrestler, though.
I don't care. He does not look well.
He could beat your ass.
I don't care. I will tell him he does not look well.
So
as he's kicking.
So here's this article: 10 early match predictions from Forbidden Door by Andrew Kelly at Sportster. Here we go. The Bang Bang Gang will face trios from NJPW and CMLL. Bang Bang Gang versus Atlantis Jr., Star Jr., and Volodar Jr. versus LIJ.
Los Ingobernables Japan?
De Japon.
Whatever. What happened to... I heard a rumor it was going to be the Bang Bang Gang versus Bullet Club War Dogs.
Maybe that too.
I mean, that's what I'm hearing. I wanted to know if you had heard anything to that effect.
I've heard a lot of people talk about that. We got
Will Ospreay also says he's in talks with SGW Uganda.
Yeah, soft ground wrestling.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Should do a show over in Uganda.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to... I'm Starvin' Marvin.
It's not funny.
Yes, it is. It's fucking
AEW and Stardom champions will clash once again.
Yes, Tony Storm showed up at a Stardom show.
Yes, we'll be likely facing Mina Shirakawa, one of the best women's wrestlers on the planet, if not the best. Also, Mercedes Moné will likely face Stephanie Vacker from CMLL.
Yeah, didn't she come out and
she
already came out and made herself appear.
It's not officially on the card yet.
529 Dynamite. She set up the challenge.
She's in CMLL, but she's the strong women's champion in New Japan.
She better be strong. Who's the weak women's champion? I mean, why do they call it that?
An interpromotional casino battle royale. I'd like to see that. Just throwing everyone else from AEW, NJPW, and CMLL.
Why? That's going to be a clusterfuck, especially if people don't speak the language.
Put it on the pre-show.
Yeah, I don't watch that anyway.
Trent Beretta and Orange Cassidy will lead to gang warfare. Don Callis family versus Chaos. That Orange Cassidy might bring in Tomohiro Ishii and Rocky Romero to face the Don Callis family. TNT Championship ladder match. We'll see names from multiple promotions. MJF versus Roosh, because Roosh called him out.
Oh, really?
Okada versus Tanahashi. Hopefully not. Going to waste Okada's time. Remember Tanahashi kept falling off the ropes last year?
He shouldn't get in the ring, like I said, unless he's in a tag match with Tony Khan.
Because
he'll be the veteran worker in that.
Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. will complete their trilogy. Well, yeah, because I think you have to have Danielson and... Well, I don't know.
What?
I don't know. Because you got to have... Because I have, I'm trying to figure out this pay-per-view schedule to have Danielson win the world title before he retires. And, you either have Ospreay win it now, or Ospreay win it at All In, and then have Danielson win it at Wrestle Dream, because they're probably going to do it in Washington State again.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa, yeah. Jon Moxley versus Naito versus Evil.
I think they're just going to do Moxley versus Naito.
I know, apparently.
And they should give the belt back to Naito before they ruin the whole lineage of this.
What? You just hate Moxley because he's a good wrestler. And
the side plates now have crescent wrenches and PVC pipe.
No, they don't. You just say he looks like a plumber. And you say Trent Beretta looks like he does drywall.
They all look like balding old contractors.
Trent Beretta is way younger than John Mott. No. Let me look this up. Let me look up the ages of his, as you call them, the civilian contractors.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin. Thomas Pestock.
Yeah.
He's 39. Trent Beretta. Gregory Marisculo. I can't pronounce that. He's 37.
37.
And one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Jonathan David Good, is 38.
Really?
Yeah.
Looks 48.
God, you hate wrestlers that look like normal people.
Yeah, because it makes it look like anybody can do it.
Moxley's in great shape.
Whatever. Speaking of AEW, that 529 Dynamite, though, 789,000 viewers, up from 714 the week before. Way to go, Tony. You're slowly creeping back up there, buddy.
Yeah, but Mercedes Moné made her first title defense.
Yeah, why was she cleared since fucking December? And we had to wait
I haven't heard that anywhere.
Why don't you try to fact check these things when I say
I do. You sent me these. So you sent me this shit as I was on the way here.
When would you like me to give it to you?
I don't know, a little bit earlier so I can try to find this shit.
Okay. I'm putting you at a disadvantage.
Come on, we're journalists here.
All right, I'll give it to you beforehand. Way beforehand.
We are free journalists.
Anyway, we're still on AEW here, right?
And you're talking about Malachi Black getting released. Where the fuck did you find that? Because I was able to try to look that up because that seemed to be so preposterous that...
Well, his contract's coming up.
No, it isn't. That's not what he says.
Oh,
Because I found that.
all right. Well, it might be. Look, I'm saying, unless somebody. This is news and rumors. I mean, you're allowed to dispute them. Like if you think maybe I'm getting told a bunch of shit here. Jake Hager done with AEW will face James Storm at Battleground Championship Wrestling in Philly this July.
Want to go see that?
No, I wouldn't pay to see that. You'd have to give me tickets for that. Trent Beretta, as you were talking about, he joined the Don Callis family, right?
Yes.
I knew that was going to happen. As I knew Cassidy wasn't going to take it. How are you going to take Cassidy as a heel? He's such a niche worker anyway. You either love him or you hate him. I'm not saying he isn't, but you either love him or you hate him.
He's wrestled again, there was a time where he was defending his belt every single week.
Oh, I know. He's a workhorse. Tony Khan toys with the idea of Dynamite going to 3 hours. Please no. Please no. Like, what do you think about that? 3 hours.
That's not going to happen.
No, but what do you think? Like, why would you even be thinking that?
I don't know.
Like, if you go to 3 hours, like even Nitro back in the day, nobody was watching for 3 hours. Nitro used to play and then play again right afterwards. Arn Anderson leaving AEW when his contract expires, which is now the other day. Perhaps he returns to WWE, and I heard a lot of rumblings about Cody getting like an old school manager. Maybe this is
whatever. I don't give any shits about Cody.
Doesn't matter if you give a shit about it. I honestly don't give a shit about half of this stuff.
I love my country. I love my family. My dad was a shitty wrestler, but I want to be just like him.
Now you don't talk about nothing like that, please.
That's Cody's whole character. AEW has much more refined characters.
Lord Steven Regal.
What?
Steven.
Oh yeah, the thing you taught me about how, what was it that William Regal said Dusty looked like a melting
Sunday. He goes, hello, Mr. Rhodes. I'm Steve Regal. And he looks at me and goes, Steven, I'm like Whitney Houston. I got my own bodyguard.
Or he was like sitting there
I'm going to read the rest of these like the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. MJF apparently had a hair transplant, baby. No, I can't do that.
Yeah, people were saying that.
Well, he looks like he's got a lot more hair in the front. Double or Nothing beat Queen and King of the Ring in search interest on the internet.
Ha!
Well, I said, that's good. Dude, a lot of good news on here for Tony. But did you hear about, I had just read earlier, MJF is apparently making $15 million a year now. We have to try to confirm that because that is ridiculous. Now, and I also read about the WWE minimum is $350,000 a year. Who's the shittiest wrestler in WWE right now?
Omos?
Yeah, but I could see him getting more than the minimum just because he's so fucking freakishly big.
Veer Mahan? Well, he doesn't work for
No, he got cut. And what is up with Swerve saying if there was ever a time for WWE and AEW to cross over, it's now? Why? It wouldn't do anything for the WWE.
No, why are they crossing over TNA now?
I don't know. Well, what, because they got Jordan Grace in there? She's going to face Roxanne at NXT Battleground?
What's he should rip her apart?
Oh, God. She is rough looking. Rough looking.
Jordan Grace? I know, because she's on Venom.
Venom?
Yeah.
What, Bane?
Yeah, she's Bane. I'm telling you, look at what she used to look like naturally. Like, she was in good shape before. And then, look at what she looks like now. And then she just...
Ethan Page debuted for NXT.
No, I don't...
But I wrote that he looked pretty good in that. Frankie Kazarian interviewed about AEW, and he said the inmates are running the asylum and there's no real direction.
Yeah, whatever, because they didn't push him. He's probably saying that.
No, why would you push Frankie Kazarian?
Exactly.
The Antonio Banderas midget.
What?
That's who he looks like, a shorter. And Antonio Banderas is pretty fucking short.
He was a good wrestler at one point, Frankie Kazarian.
I told you, it was the Young Bucks. I think I may have seen the Young Bucks versus they were called The Addiction, not SoCal Uncensored.
Or Bad Influence, or many of the other names.
No, they were Bad Influence. Wait a minute. Bad Influence was TNA, right?
Yeah, and The Addiction was Ring of Honor.
Yeah, the Addiction. The Addiction versus the Young Bucks versus... I think it might have just been that really good match. It was like second on the card at War of the Worlds 2015. Tony Khan allegedly disappointed with media rights offer, but Meltzer's got a... It's originally going to be thought to be more than the $110 million a year.
Dave Meltzer. Well, it's more than 110.
It's 110, 5. 110, 5, 999.99.
Young Bucks suck.
My cock. All right, into the WWE news. There ain't much of it, but
Dave Meltzer.
Liv Morgan kisses Dominic Mysterio on the phone.
Whatever. This just reminds me of shitty love triangle storylines from
like WCW 2000. I even wrote that in the notes. True WCW 2000 fuck up.
Or what is this? Like when they had Triple H, Stephanie, and Kurt Angle have a love triangle. That's what they're trying to do here. No one gives a shit.
That was
We're
ridiculous.
beyond the era of love triangles.
I know. This is why I wanted to bring this up, because I know how strongly you feel about this.
We're beyond the era of Shane Douglas and Billy Kidman having a Viagra ladder match over a woman. Over Tori Wilson. That's what I think it was. Tori Wilson. They had a Viagra on a pole match.
Oh, I remember. There's a reason I didn't watch it. Becky Lynch, will she leave the WWE? Her contract actually expired the other day. She's done for right now. Sounds like she's going to take a leave of absence because Seth isn't on the road right now.
Do you think she'll make like an appearance in AEW or something while she's a free agent?
Nah.
Just like a one-night thing?
Natalia's contract's also coming up too, I hear. So that'd be two big women to lose right away. And Charlotte's not around.
No, well, Natalya...
Ricochet's contract's also coming up soon. And Ospreay had mentioned him about coming over there.
I'd like to see Ricochet, because I think Ricochet would be perfect in AEW.
Oh, sure he would. We'd like to see him with a good push. He's been WWE for like almost 10 years now.
Yeah, and he's one of the best people they have on their roster. Him, Sami Zayn, Chad Gable,
Gunther.
I like Gunther. I actually like him, and he's getting a solid push.
Potato farmer.
Again, he looks like someone who is... Well, again, that's because, just like all the other guys I just named, besides Chad Gable, I don't know him for sure, none of them got their training in WWE. Nobody who actually goes through the WWE developmental system ends up being one of their best wrestlers, usually, in my opinion. Most of the best people, if not all the best people on their roster, are people who went up through the indies.
Yeah. In the early days of NXT, Sami Zayn went through there.
Kevin Owens.
All guys from like Ring of Honor.
Finn Balor
from New Japan. Who else?
Shinsuke Nakamura from New Japan.
Yeah, I was that was odd because he was older.
Bobby Roode, TNA.
Yeah, Bobby Roode was like the shit there forever. In order for Lesnar to return, they're talking, he has to be cleared by WWE legal. He was seen out at one of his son's hockey games recently.
Did Dolph Ziggler go to NXT, or was he around before that?
He was around before that. He was a Florida Championship Wrestling guy. No. Yes,
Mikey!
That's who he was. Never mind.
And we are
the Spirit Squad!
Another thing we constantly bring up on this show.
Yeah, and Jey Uso actually has outsold Cody in merchandise so far in 2024.
Oos! Jimmy, is that you?
But are they counting Jimmy stuff too? Is that why he sold more?
Who
the hell has a Jimmy Uso fucking shirt?
Is Jimmy Uso even a single star?
No, he's not even a flunky star.
I don't know. Last time I saw him was when they kicked him out of the bloodline.
Yeah, he's on the shelf right now. He's going to come back and they're going to get together.
And now apparently
they had one of the best packages for their match at WrestleMania for the most underwhelming
match ever.
Oh my god, it was like it was as inconsequential as Butch Reed and Coco Beware at WrestleMania 3.
I am not my brother's keeper.
They were like, we was World Tag Team Champions. They were like back to back doing the
it was great stuff, and they were kids, and
it was fucking great. And then it was like a big womp womp when they fucking got.
Well, because they both do the same moves.
I don't know, dude.
And they have
Michaels, Marty Jannetty, match of the year.
And they have to wear opposing colors, red and blue, so you can tell the fucking difference.
Yeah, Crips and the Bloods, right?
Hey.
So that's gonna do it for the news. What else we got going on? Because we have some time yet. What else we got going on? What else?
I wanted to tell you. I was thinking of this great idea. I thought of this great idea when I was playing Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
That is horrible. Oh, you did buy it?
Yeah, I was playing that.
Tell me it's not an amazing piece of work.
Eh.
God, you're so hard to impress.
That's not true. I don't know. It just gets repetitive after a while.
We're going to get a little off topic here from that, but what do you think is the greatest video game ever made?
Baldur's Gate 3.
I've never actually played it, so I don't really want to comment on that.
Are you kidding? I have a whole list on my phone of the best video games ever.
And I'm like a sports gamer guy, so my favorite game is...
Favorite video games, favorite anime, favorite? I got them all.
What's that, next to like your emergency contact and everything?
Well,
favorite anime?
well, my favorite anime is on the blog that I have. And then I got my favorite video games and everything on a document in my phone. So, because I am the tri-state area's biggest anime, pro wrestling, and video game, music, and movie critic.
Really?
And I have been since high school. I gave myself that title, and no one's yet to try to unseat me. I've been the top critic in the tri-state area.
Oh, you're a critic, all right. You're a critic.
Let's see, where did I keep this? Oh, that's my wrong email account. I was playing it, and it just gets really repetitive after a while. Did
you go fishing yet with the spear?
Yeah, I did that. I killed a shark.
That's fucking great. Do you see when they pull them up out of the water? It's like, and sometimes you have a whale, then you have a shark, and you have a whale. Like, they would be sticking out the side of the fucking windows and shit. Like, if you really had them on there.
It's just that,
and all the shit you could do with your fleet and all that stuff.
Yeah, but you just it just gets really repetitive. I don't like the combat where you have to parry, and it just
the combat is the worst part of the game.
I don't
because I have it for Xbox and I have it for Switch.
Because I know you don't like Assassin's Creed Rogue, and which is the one that they made after that. Where
no, I have it. I have it upstairs.
And again, I don't like it because the River Valley area is completely historically inaccurate. But
it was just a very big switch when you got the game, and people could board your ships now in Rogue.
That didn't happen to me, but it also has the shittiest hideout in the series. As someone who's played most of the Assassin's Creed games, but the coolest thing in that is the clothes. The outfits in Rogue are way better than the outfits in Black Flag that all look the fucking same, besides your cloak. Anyway, the reason I brought this up was because I was playing through a bunch of them, waiting for the new one, Shadows, coming out in the fall. The reason I brought this up was
I'm getting Nexus, the VR one.
I was sitting there playing Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, listening to sea shanties, sailing through the Caribbean, and I was like,
put him in a scuppered with a hose pipe on him.
And then I started thinking about Paul Burchill.
Ah, the pirate.
The pirate.
Burn I in the morning.
Where he was, and then I was thinking of, that led me to the idea of what if you had a pirate gimmick again, but instead of like
PCO had a pirate gimmick.
But no, it would be like a movie pirate. Or like
Errol Flynn in the 30s.
No, not that, but like someone who's like going around like selling like illegally downloaded movies and video games and stuff.
But he swings out like a pirate?
No, I don't know.
No, how about that? He swings out like an actual pirate.
And he comes
out.
Imagine
Johnny Depp be like, there you go. I have the newest copy of this is Godzilla.
With Arabic subtitles.
Away now.
And then, they come out in like a trench coat with like a bunch of movies.
I've got Hindu subtitles, mate.
Duct taped to their like jacket, or there would be a bunch of backstage segments of people trying to buy movies from them.
Imagine like R-Truth crossed with. Take Paul Burchill and cross him with R-Truth. Holy shit! It's like it's that fucking Dragon Ball power. What's it called? The fusion dance. But I was gonna do Hanuso. Hannibal meets Vince Russo.
Fusion. Ha! Did you see that?
Bro. Oh god,
that'd be like your worst enemy.
I would run.
Be like Gogeta and Vegito. Well, because actually, it could be two different ways. Because in Dragon Ball, there's two methods of fusion. You can either do the fusion dance, or there's the Metamorphin fusion dance, and then there's Katara earrings.
Fusion dance.
What?
It's a song, Safety
You
Dance.
I know it's Safety Dance is one of the stupidest songs
Yeah, but it's
ever
like
made.
Fusion Dance.
American males.
American
males. American
And there's the
males.
Sulu Dance
Oh, wait.
on Stern.
Actually, while we're here, because we don't have anything else
You
to
can
do,
dance like
let me
Sulu.
listen to this Strike Force music.
You can make your arms like a machine.
What is this? Strike Force theme?
Act like
Strike
a
Force
queen.
WWE theme.
Sulu Dance. Sulu Dance.
Is this it?
Oh, this is awful.
They have real shitty shirts.
Height weight of 476 pounds. Rick Martel and Pino Santana, Strike Force.
What?
Oh, that's how Howard Finkel used to announce. Oh. And it's like, no, they used to do videos and shit back in the day, music videos. Because music video was big. And this was like a second-rate Kenny Loggins.
It's what it sounds like.
Got a gut foot loose. I love girls in cars.
This sounds like
cut
shit.
it off. Cut it off.
Now this is a way better theme.
Oh. What is it? The theme to Green Acres. What's this?
You should know if you were just singing this. You don't know this theme's first notes? We were just fucking talking about it.
Hold on. Oh, God. I haven't heard it in like 30 fucking years. They broke up in like 96.
What? What the cover?
Oh, it's the same guy that sang all the songs. Go to the Rougeau brothers.
What?
No, you know what? No,
What?
hold on. I'm getting in on this. Hold on. We're doing shitty fucking music.
Critical condition.
Hold on. This is theme music.
Not as bad as
karaoke.
Def Rebels music right now in WWE.
Oh,
Have you heard any of the
You just wait.
Have you heard any of the
This
current
is fucking
themes?
terrible.
The World Wrestling Federation, for over 50 years, the revolutionary force in sports entertainment.
Hold on. Greatest fucking theme song ever. Please tell all the girls the Rougeau's on their way.
What? That doesn't make any sense. They're Canadian, I thought.
They moved. The whole big push for them was because they sucked. They were like jobbers. And then Jimmy Hart managed them and sold them the Hart Foundation's contract. And that's how the Harts became baby faces. So they moved to Memphis. So they were all American boys. And they were announced from Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay, here we go. What are some of the worst wrestling themes? Right to censor.
That's not that painful.
Perry Saturn, WCW.
That's just annoying. It sounds like a fucking tornado's coming.
Brie Bella.
Brie mode! Phil used to say, I yell that when I'm taking a shit. Brie mode! And
That's from Total Divas.
What?
Brie mode.
No, that's what she used to yell. One time she yelled and she jumped off the second turnbuckle.
No, but like that original phrase comes from Total Divas because that's what she was like when she would get drunk.
I know you used to watch that, all right?
No, I've only watched Total Bellas. I have not watched Total Divas. I've been meaning to.
Oh, my God.
Keith Lee's generic main roster theme.
Yeah, I don't even remember it, so it couldn't be that bad. What else you got? What do you got for me, Sal?
I'm reading this. The theme song, the Trustbusters theme, Carmella's current music.
Fuck everything about Carmella.
You hate her.
She's just annoying.
She used to be with Big Bill.
She's North Jersey giving blowjobs under a freaking overpass.
She married to Corey Graves, I think.
Oh. Didn't know that.
The American male themes.
Yeah, well, we established that already. I didn't need anybody else telling
That
me
just randomly pops into my head.
American males. The Rougeau brothers does it to me. I love that theme. The Bushwhackers theme, stupid. It's like,
And then we have this. And then what was oh crap? What's another awful theme that we were talking that gets like randomly stuck in my head? Wait, no, worst. Oh shit, where was it? Worst ever wrestling themes. Because right now WWE's all just sounds super generic. Here we go. Bleacher Report: top 15 worst entrance songs in history. Kelly, R-Truth. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Did you ever see him when he dressed like F Troop, where he had like the Ranger outfit on from like 1860, like a Civil War soldier outfit? And he was feuding with John Cena.
Bertha Faye, Men on a Mission, X Factor,
PN News was pretty bad.
Heidenreich, The Oddities,
Heidenreich. That's terrible.
Jimmy Wang Yang,
It just sounds like bad radio.
The Undertaker 2003.
Yeah, that one sucks balls.
I like that song.
No, it was better when he used to come out there.
Rockabilly,
Fucking Billy Gunn, right before the New Age Outlaws.
Bastion Booger.
I don't even remember what his was.
Let me look this up. Bastion.
Wasn't it just farting or something?
Here we go. Bastion Booger Titanitron.
What the fuck is that? That didn't exist. That's bullshit.
You're the one who saw this.
No.
Friar Ferguson? That's how I know
It's the
him.
same guy, yeah. Norman the Lunatic from WCW.
T.L. Hopper.
Oh, that's
Isaac-
Tony Anthony.
Isaac Yankem.
That was a decent one. It was just it was a drill, like a fucking dentist drill.
Mr. Ass, Billy Gunn. I love this song.
I'm an ass man. That's a great song. That was on my answering machine in my room.
Oh, William Regal, A Real Man's Man.
He's a man. That's fucking great. That whole character was great. That wasn't even. I remember the Godfather bought him off with hose one night, and he had like a hard hat on, and he was like, "But you don't understand." And he bought him off with the hose, and he was like, "Normally I would thrash you about, but tonight I'll take the broads."
Well, what? Everyone keeps talking about Brie Bella's theme. I got to hear this.
No, but Steven Regal, it was like, he's Steven Regal, a real man. He squeezes the oranges with his hands, and he savors his extraction. Pulp and all.
I got to hear this Brie Bella music. Because everyone online keeps talking about how shitty it is.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
What the fuck? What the fuck is this?
It's an acid trip going really, really bad. Trust me, I know.
What? This sounds like something like...
It's like Kesha.
Yeah! Like...
Just makes me want to beat a teenager with a stick.
I don't know, like this...
Turn that music down!
I don't know. Nikki's sounds way better.
Fuck them both.
God, why do you hate women's wrestlers that aren't at least 300 pounds?
Oh, because it's a personal preference and it's an illness. It's not something I'm proud of.
We got Mike Awesome over here, the fat chick thriller. I was watching that too. Mike Awesome in WCW. How do they take one of the best wrestlers in the 90s and make him into a glorified job?
He walked into ECW and he was a murderer. Those fucking power bombs off the top rope. I think he was trying to kill people. And then in 2005 at One Night Stand, him and Tanaka do it all over again and they don't disappoint.
And then he killed himself not too long after that.
Yeah, well, right.
Oh, Psalms, what they said. Now that's a great theme. That's a great fucking theme.
Yeah.
ECW had amazing themes, mostly because they were all licensed.
Harry and the Slash Toads used to play.
Yeah, because they were all licensed.
And they were all after, I know some of the shit I have from like late night. Because after like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, you'd have to pay for.
Speaking of Sabu, did you see the thing about a couple months ago? Sabu at the Hardcore Hall of Fame,
What did he do?
where they paid him for the appearance for him to show up because he was getting inducted or something, and they paid him up front, and he didn't, and he no-showed. And
You're kidding.
And
He's a piece of shit, And
he put out like a public statement. He was like, "I'm coming," because they wanted their money back, and he said, "Come and get it." He also claims that he slept with Sonny, and Sonny says it didn't happen.
Remember when he was at, what match was he at in AEW?
Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho. He was the special enforcer.
And he dove off the top rope
And he
through a
disappeared.
table, and you never saw him again. He was like his uncle, the Sheik. He was like a magician.
No, because I remember I called you as soon as that happened, and you were like, "What?"
No, I was at your house for that one.
Oh no! I called you.
You were like, where the fuck is Sabu?
No, I called you when he came out on Dynamite, and they announced that he was going to be there.
Yeah.
You're like, did he just have a heart attack?
Hey, Sabu, can you make a red eye?
What's a red eye?
Does a shoe smell?
What's
Anyway,
the thing where he threw the bag all over the place, and he had a shirt that said "I love cats"?
yeah, he beat the fuck out of a bag of cats while wearing a shirt that said "I heart cats." Well, I don't think I can top that. You want to say goodnight?
Yeah. Sign off.
Good night, everybody.
Get your hand off my penis!